So I've done a bunch of videos on the Mom to Kafla case, and I've gotten a couple of comments over the course of this from people asking if I think it's going to be tough for them to find a jury for the trial because there's just so much information out about this. My answer has always been like, no, you'd be shocked at how many people haven't heard of this, even though it seems like it's everywhere. And it's just because, if you're watching true crime videos on TikTok, you just tend to be more aware of things like this. And so I host a podcast about unsolved missing persons cases. So I'm just aware of, what's going on. And so I know about cases that people have never heard of. I really just proved this true because the other night I was looking for a new podcast to listen to, and this is not an ad, not a promotion, but I was on Amazon Music because they have some ad-free podcasts that you can listen to, and I found this one. It's a 48 hours podcast. It was 6 episodes, I think, and I didn't think I knew the story, so I just downloaded it, whatever, wasn't thinking much of it. So it opens it was a sunny day in McLean, Virginia. I was like, oh, that's interesting, because McLean, Virginia is 40 minutes from where I live. I was like, huh. Then as it went on, it's talking about the Hargan family. And it opens with the crime scene. I don't want to give too much away, but there's police body cam. And I just think to myself, man, that voice sounds familiar. So I go down an internet rabbit hole, and the father of this family was an old coworker of mine. I worked with him for years in Loudoun County, Virginia, which is next to Fairfax County where this took place. And I had no idea. Now, granted, I stopped working there 2 years before this all happened, but I had never heard about this case, and it involved the family of somebody who I knew and worked with for years and was local to me, and just happened in 2017. So I can definitely see how these criminal trials can get a jury of people who have no idea what the case is. Anyway, it's a pretty interesting story if you're looking for another podcast to check out. After you've listened to the latest episode of my podcast, of course, and the other 200 episodes that I have.